Hey guys, what's going on? Blue Line Pressure Washing coming to you here in the office today. It's been a office kind of day all day today. Um, to talk to you guys about starting your own business and what my experience was like. Now, your experience is going to be different than mine, but wanted to, for those of you who have thought about it, considered it, maybe are considering it, maybe are thinking about doing it, but you're afraid to make that leap. Um, Here's my experience, and hopefully that helps you make your decision as to whether or not you want to make the leap and start your own company. So, first part, um, you know, when you're young, you get an idea of what you want to do. Everybody's always asking you, what do you want to be when you grow up? What do you want to be when you grow up? For me, the answer was always, I want to be a police officer. So, as I grow up, I get involved in something called the Explorer program, where I got to meet a bunch of different law enforcement officers, go on ride-alongs with them, help them with things like parades and that kind of stuff. And of course, you know, it was all very exciting. You know, I'm a young kid and doing all these things. I was all real excited about it. It was my dream job. So, um, January, after my 18th birthday, I applied and tested for the local police department, and I worked there for 11 years. I got hired in August of 2005, left in August of 2016. So, 11 years, loved it most of the time. Hated it sometimes, um, but very, very rewarding time of my life. I'm very proud of it. But I decided I left, decided I'm going to do my own business. So, me and a buddy of mine, still great friends to this day. As a matter of fact, he just left a little bit ago. Otherwise, I'd have him sitting in here with me and let him talk to you guys. But don't worry, I'll get him. I'll get him eventually. Um, so him and I sat down. We're like, let's go into business together. And actually, I'm wrong. It was him. He's sitting in my living room. And he goes, man, let's start our own business. Let's start our own business. What? Yeah, let's start our own business. Okay. So we did. Started off with the handyman business, and we did some auto repair as well. And I used to love working on cars. Not anymore. I also used to love working with my hands, building things, doing some things. I've gotten back to liking to do that kind of stuff, but I really hate it. Like right now, I've got a bathroom remodel that I started in December of 2018. And if I don't get it done by probably midsummer, I'm probably going to be in a lot of trouble. And it's not a big bathroom remodel. All I have left to do is to decide what we're going to do as far as the shower goes and put it in. Right now, I've got a shower that's like this wide. I'm this wide. My shower is this wide, and my wife wants me to finish it, put a new one in, and paint it and be done. But she knew what she was getting into when she married me. She's gonna kill me for this later. Anyway, so the um the handyman and the auto repair business killed my desire and love to do either one of those. Um, Still work on my own cars because if I know how to do it and I have time to do it, then why am I not doing it? That's my mentality. And now other things as they come up down the road, I may stop doing it. Like oil changes, I'm starting to really hate those. So I'm thinking about taking my wife's car out to one of the local lubrication shops and letting them do it this time. Probably won't. I'll probably want to do it myself. But anyway, so about a year we did this business. Didn't do very well. I'm not gonna lie to you, we didn't do very well at all. I wound up taking a job um, working at Kohl's as a loss prevention officer, and then so my buddy and I were like, well, let's change this. We're not making the money we thought we were gonna make. We're not having the drive that we thought we were going to have. And the reason we're not making the money we thought we were going to make is because we hated what we were doing. We were not happy. If you are not happy, customers aren't going to be happy. You're not going to enjoy what you're doing. And it's, I guess you probably can succeed if you're miserable, but you're probably not going to. So we thought, well, what's something else we like doing? We like mowing grass, riding a lawnmower. That ain't bad. Walking around with a weed eater, it's not bad. We enjoy that. It's kind of relaxing. Put your earbuds in, listen to some music, get out there, get the grass cut, the fresh smell. Yeah, so we started doing that. We got us a couple of residential clients, and then we got a couple of commercial clients, and then we got a couple more residential clients. And so we started mowing lawns for people and doing mulch beds and not hardscapes, but installing instead of mulch the stonework and doing that kind of stuff. And we did good work. It looked good, but our love for mowing grass, not necessarily love, but the relaxation that it brought us, it it disappeared by winter. We didn't care for it anymore. And two things can really stress you out when it comes to doing a landscaping type of business: weather and miserable factor. So weather will get you because we all know, dead middle of summer, it's dry, the grass is crispy, it's not growing. Nobody's going to pay you to come out and mow the dust. Okay, nobody's paying for that. Nobody wants you driving a big zero-turn mower across their crispy lawn. They're not going to pay you to come out there and spend some gasoline, and not a single piece of grass comes out of the discharge. So just not going to happen. So you're not getting paid because the work's dried up. So you need the mulch beds to supplement that. Um, then the other side of the weather factor is rain. So in, was it 2018? The flooding that happened in this area was unbelievable. I've grown up here, and I don't remember ever seeing flooding like what I saw in 2018. So that got me. Can't drive a mower across the field that's flooded, you're going to bury it. So that kind of added to the stressors of it and got us to really not enjoying that type of work. And it wasn't just that the weather kind of got after us, but even before that happened, like I said before, towards the winter of our first year doing mowing, we got to a point where we didn't care for it. Figured that we would just burn out, and come spring we'd be excited again. And the first week of spring we were excited again, but I think that's because we were bored. And then after that, it just went right back to, man, I hate this. This is such a pain. It's not relaxing anymore. Constantly on the go, and then all of a sudden everything dries up, and now you've got to work on this, and this is broken, that's broken. It's just, we weren't having very much fun. So we closed them. Done lawn care. 2019, we went ahead and finished out the year with just a couple of residential clients that we had left that we were still under contract to do, so we did them and done. No more mowing. Um, at that point, I decided, you know what? I like pressure washing. I enjoy it. Haven't done it in a little while because my equipment broke and I just haven't fixed it yet. So I bought the parts, fixed my equipment, went out and did a couple. Found more enjoyment in just doing a couple of them. So I thought, okay, well, let's do a couple more. Did a couple more. I went ahead and got the business and the business license, got everything up and going, the insurance, all that stuff. You got to be legitimate. I won't let you touch my house if you don't have insurance or are not a legitimate contractor. So I'm not going to go out and do things unless I am. And so I started doing it as a business for a business, and it's rolling pretty good. I'm enjoying it, having fun. see, left Kohl's probably I think November of 2019. 2018, November 2018, I walked away from Kohl's. Whole different story into why I did that, but um, had probably those were two of the most stressful years of my life, from 2016 and 2018, and that is including all the stressful situations I was put into as a law enforcement officer. 2016, 2018, very stressful, not a lot of fun, um, but part of the growing pains of starting your own business. And so now we're at 2019, 2020, Blue Line Pressure Washington's going. I set goals. Thought, okay, these are going to be realistic 1 year goals. And was ecstatic when after 3 months I hit my 1 year goal. So set new goals. Keep hitting those goals. You just keep kind of going. I enjoy what I do. I enjoy going out and servicing customers' houses, roofs, doing all those cleanings. It's very satisfying. If you've ever washed anything like a house or concrete and it's all black and dingy and dirty, and then you get to bring it back to where it looks like brand new, it's very satisfying to watch. Very wet, very satisfying. Um, so you kind of find what you enjoy, and yeah, I do it. In the spring and the summer, I'm out washing every single day, multiple houses, multiple surfaces, and it's very busy, very hectic. I enjoy the crap out of it. I still enjoy it. It is December, and I have a house wash to do tomorrow and one on Friday, and I'm looking forward to it. Not because of the income or the revenue that's coming in from it. Yeah, that's a good part to look forward to, but I'm looking forward to it because I enjoy doing the work. Even after doing it, the mowing, I thought I was going to enjoy that. I didn't. The handyman and the auto repair, thought I was going to enjoy that. I didn't. I learned to hate them after a month. Um, Now I'm enjoying what I do. I enjoy finding new ways to streamline the process and make things go the way that we want them to go. So the reason for that little backstory is to give you an idea of what to expect. So not everybody's going to have the same experience that I did. Some of you guys may be doing like your side hustle and you enjoy it, and you're thinking about going full time with it. If you can do it, do it. Working for yourself versus working for corporate America is much, much better, in my opinion. Some of you guys that have the job security of corporate America and you enjoy working, doing what you're doing, I'm not knocking that a bit. We need people like you in the world. But one thing that 2020 has given us is the opportunity to have to learn to adapt. And that's one thing that you have to do as a business owner is adapt. You're going to run into things that you did not expect. You need to learn how to adapt and overcome those obstacles. Two pieces of literature that I cannot remember the author's last name and how to say, even if I did, I couldn't pronounce it. That gentleman's name is Mike. He wrote a lot of books. The two that I've read so far, The Toilet Paper Entrepreneur and Profit First. Both of them are very, very good reads. I strongly suggest you read them. I'll say it again. Toilet Paper Entrepreneur, Profit First. Great books. Check them out. You need to make sure that you do your research. Be ready. Research the market. What do you want to do? With my company currently, we have Blue Line Pressure Washing. Speaks for itself. We do exterior cleaning. We have Patriot Asphalt Sealing. We do get a lot of calls for actually new asphalt. We do not lay new asphalt. So any potential clients who are looking at this company for um, or Patriot Asphalt for putting in and installing asphalt driveways, we don't do that. We seal them to protect them, all that kind of good stuff, but we don't actually install the asphalt. So um, those two kind of speak for themselves what we do. So that's our area, that's our industry that we focus on. Those are our industries. So you got to figure out what industry you're going to be in. Do your research on that industry. Do your research on your market. Not everybody's market is the same. Just for an example, pressure washing. I'm in West Virginia. My cost for my cleaning solutions, my sodium hypochlorite that we use to clean the house with, is much higher where I'm at than it is in, say, Florida, where those guys get it super cheap for the most part. And we work generally from March until October. This year it's December and I'm still cleaning, which I'm fine with. I'm very happy with that. But we generally work from March till October, and then the work kind of dries out because it's cold. People don't think about getting their house washed in the cold, which you still can. Um, and then you have the obstacles of weather. You don't want to be throwing water on a house when it's 26 degrees outside, because then you're going to have slippery walkways, all that kind of stuff. It's just not a good idea. But there are still opportunities to wash in the winter. So you have to know your market. So the pricing in the colder markets is a little higher than the pricing in the um, constantly warm markets like Florida, because it gets cold. We slow down, we can't work. Those guys are still rolling. So it's a little bit of a different dynamic. So you need to understand, what is the market like for the area that you're in. What is, and this isn't just about service industry businesses. This is any business that is out there. You need to know what your market is so that you can properly set your business structure, properly set your pricing, and focus in on what you want to provide to your customers. What services are you going to provide? Make sure that you can provide the best service at a competitive price. That's going to be one of your biggest things. You need to provide outstanding service, competitive price. Um, some way, I mean, there's many things out there. I think what is the one website is called HomeWise. I used to use that to give me some general idea when I was doing my marketing research. Um, there's a lot of ways to find the information that you need. I don't particularly care for the call your three competitors in your area strategy. I never did it. And you do what you want. I don't like it. I think it's kind of shady, in my opinion, to call three competitors and ask them for an estimate so that you can get their price. But I mean, business is business. You run yours however you want to run your business. I'm not going to tell you how to run it. Just give you some ideas for how to get it started. Make sure you have your proper licenses. If you're working like in this area, to give you an example, um, you can have a state of West Virginia business license, but if you go into the city limits of Martinsburg, do you have a license to operate in the town? Because there is a separate business license for the city of Martinsburg to the state of West Virginia. There's separate taxes. So make sure that you have all your legal paperwork in order. Once you get that done, make sure you have insurance. Uh, Different industries, different insurance rates. Pressure washing is one of the higher ones, according to the um, agent that I use and speak with. They have told me that we're listed at a higher risk thing, which makes sense in a way. Not a huge amount of sense. It makes sense in a way, because if you don't know what you're doing, you can do a lot of damage with a pressure washer in a very short amount of time. Um, and it is one of those things. We call them the $99 guys, who guys can go out and wash your whole house for $100, and then they're out there for 8 hours. And actually, I've had a couple of customers this year that this guy was going to do it. He showed up, he washed this and this, and then he just left and he ain't been back. Well, that's because he realized how much money he was losing being out there and how much work he was doing, and he was doing it wrong the whole time. So he decided, you know what, I don't want to do this anymore, and just rolled out on these customers. So I was able to get them squared away, get them worked in. Um, but those are the types of things you got to be aware of. Um, Make sure that you do, if you need to be certified, if you need a special license to do what you're trying to do. Make sure you have all your ducks in a row, because the worst thing that can happen to you owning your own business, plugging along, you're crushing it, killing it, whatever the phrase is that you want to use, you're doing great. And then all of a sudden, the letters come from the tax man or the Secretary of State or the IRS, and it's, you know, your business is being shut down because you're doing this, and this wrong. You're operating without a license. Whatever the reasons may be, the worst thing that can happen is you're going along crushing it, and then the rug gets pulled out from underneath of you because you didn't do what you were supposed to do in the first place. So make sure you have all the legal things that you need to do for your business done before you start it. Um, the insurance. Me personally, I wouldn't allow someone to work on my home or do any type of service that doesn't have insurance. Workman's comp insurance is a huge thing to have. That can put your business under in a hurry. Maybe you run a storefront, just a small mom and pop storefront, and you've got 2 or 3 employees, and you think, I don't need workman's comp. One of your employees trips and falls on a piece of equipment, catches the corner of a desk and falls and breaks their leg, breaks their back, breaks their anything, arm. Guess what? That's a work related injury, and you're liable for it. And if you don't have workman's comp insurance, that can really, really hurt you. So bite the bullet, pay for the insurance. Um, yeah, it is very rewarding. If you are not the type of person who can take a risk and not get any sleep at night knowing that you're taking a risk, I recommend keeping your day job. Uh, Going into business for yourself is all about risk taking. There is no such thing as owning a risk free business. There just isn't. Even if it's not risking losing your personal property or those types of things, you risk losing income. You go into business, you're doing great, everything's going great, and then the market dries up, or your competitor comes in and offers a better service than you do, not necessarily a better price, but a better service. You may lose your clients to them because they offer a better service. So one of my business mottos is to focus on continuing education and making sure we stay up to date with everything that we need to know to do our job properly. Um, and just have faith in yourself and the systems and the processes. That's one. There's one other tip that I can give you is build systems for your business. Trying to run a business by the seat of your pants is terrible. I've done it. I've been there. I'm the idiot that didn't have any systems in place, didn't have any best practices in place, all that kind of stuff. And yeah, it was just me and my partner at the time who were doing the work, but systems streamline everything. Um, it makes life so much easier if you just have a system, stick to the systems, and roll with them. I'm not saying you can't improve your systems down the road, but start implementing systems into your business. If you're a service related business like I am, get yourself a customer relations management software like the Customer Factor, which is what we use, something to help you to get all that data taken in and use it to the best of your ability to keep you from letting customers slip through the cracks. Prospects that you give an estimate to and you forgot that you gave them an estimate, they lost the email, they wanted the service, but now they can't find the email and they can't find your contact information because they lost your business card. Whatever happens, you can set this software up to keep a developed relationship with those prospects and with your customers. It makes life so much easier. I thought, well, it's a decent chunk of change every month, and it's really not that expensive. I'm just cheap. Um, and I can do this with a spreadsheet. Look, if you have hair, I don't, I'm going bald, but if you have hair, you'll pull your hair out trying to keep everything straight on a paper trail. Spend the money, get you the customer relationship software. You won't regret it. It takes a little bit of getting used to learn how to use it. Once you learn how to use it, It's more than worth its weight. So if you guys have any questions, I'm not going to keep rattling on. Anybody has any questions about it, just drop some comments and we'll get in there and get you answered as soon as we can. Thank you guys for sticking this out with me, and have a good one.